What's up, you guys?
The side deck. We all have to run one. We need to run a good one because more than likely we're going to play more games with our side deck than we are with our main deck. So we're going to talk about 15 cards or 15 iterations of cards that you can side this format. I'm going to preface this with like a thing to tell you guys that every channel under the sun that plays Yu-Gi-Oh! In any form is going to make a video like this. Will they do a top 15? I don't know. That's a really random number, right? Like, usually it's top 10, top 5. I've done top 10, top 5. You know what? Fuck it. 15. Random number. I probably should have done something obscure like 17. And in the end, it might be 17, 20. I don't know how many cards it's going to be. But every channel has different insight. Every channel has different experience. Some channels are competitive. Some are not. And some go to events. Some don't. And you're just going to have different iterations depending on your area, depending on your state, etc., etc. But these are 15 iterations of side deck cards that you guys can take into account. I want to give a shout out to my friend Jarrett and his team, Team Wolfpack. They were kind enough that he sent me like kind of like a pretty detailed list. I worked around with it, added a couple notes, added some cards of my own. There's pretty much all the same stuff I had on my list, so it's good to know that other players pretty much have the same ideas. But we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna try to make this video. I don't want this video to be like a 30-minute video because it's side decking. Like, I hate side decking with a passion. Like, you have to, it's a skill that you acquire over time. And to be honest, my side decking skills are still lacking here and there, but I've learned with time, like, some of the best cards aside. But anyways, we're going to start. Now, this is in no particular order. This is in no particular order whatsoever. We're just going to establish that the top 5 decks are, Striker, Geist, Thunder Dragon, some Wombo combo deck, and I don't know, like Trickstars or some shit, something like that. Like, everyone's done their top 5, it's whatever, decks of the format. But these are cards that you can just side against pretty much everything, and I'll explain what goes in what. So we're gonna start with something called Trap Tricks and Friends. And I don't know if you guys are thinking, what the hell? Like, yes, Trap Trick. We all know Trap Trick. But then there's Trap Trick and Friends. So basically what that means is, you guys know when you play Trap Trick, you either side it or main it with multiple regular trap cards. And the main cards that will really be effective this format are cards like Artifact Sanctum, because you play 3 Sanctum with the Scythe. You're able to banish a Sanctum, set a Sanctum, activate the Sanctum, meaning that your opponent, like, literally cannot go into the extra deck. This is great against combo decks. It's great against, I don't think it's fantastic against Sky Strikers. Like, I don't like that card at all, really. It's amazing against Thunder Dragons because the whole deck revolves around, like, doing fusion. So good against Thunder Dragons, um, good against combo decks like the number 86 deck, the Gumblar deck, etc. They don't even get a turn. You get a 2200 body. Hopefully next turn you can just push for game. So really good option. So one of the cards is with Sanctum. Another card is with it is Forbidden Apocrypha. I'm not crazy about this card, but I can see people's reasoning for it. You can play multiple copies in your side deck or your main deck depending on what you're playing. This was played during Zoo format. There's another out to Thunder Dragons because you make them send if they have 2 fusions. So card's decent. Then of course there's Storm Duster. That's the number 1 card that most people would be playing with Trap Trick next to Sanctum. Being able to banish a copy of Storm Duster, set a Storm Duster, end phase Storm Duster against Geist or against Trick Stars or against Sky Strikers, just amazing. It's just like a blowout. So Trap Trick and Friends, that's one of the best ways you can do it. The next thing is the Goes and Rivalry package. I'm just going to have them both up here because let's face it, Floodgates are Floodgates. Like, I don't really like Floodgates. They suck to have played against me, but I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it feels pretty good when I Floodgate my opponent and I win. I mean, let's face it, let's be honest. We never want cards used against us, we just want to use them against our opponent. Rivalry and Gozen are huge. Rivalry and Gozen are so good against combo decks. Gozen is insane against Geist. They're all different attributes. Gozen just shits on Geist like it's not even close. Rivalry and Gozen are not good against Thunder Dragons, but they're a card you can play in Thunder Dragons. Against Striker. Now, I know Striker's so weird. Like, Striker, like, since, like, almost like a 1 monster deck, the only cool thing about these cards against them is they can't tag out their links into Ray. So I like that a lot. I think Gozen might be a little more effective because since they have fire, water, wind, and I think Ray's dark. I could be wrong, but since they have those 4 like attributes, you just play Gozen and like they literally just have 1 link. Oh, you just get rid of it. Well, I mean, now what? You have a Ray. Cool. You can't do anything with it. So I think the cards are really cool. They've been around for ages. Floodgates are Floodgates. They're going to be effective. Next, we have a Ghost Ogre. So I put Ghost Ogre by itself because I feel Ghost Ogre has different applications, and it's a card that we might see in the main deck, but I think it might mostly be a side deck card since Ash and Impermanence are still probably going to be the most popular hand traps. What I like about Ogre, good against combo decks, being able to ogre like any of their iterations when they're doing their plays is solid. You guys already know ogre is just really good against summon Sark. Like you want to ogre the summon Sark, like so help me God. Like you just want to get that fucker off the field. Like it's not even close. So stuff like that. It's good against. I guess you could say it's good against pendulums. I know pendulums are still in there. Like never count pendulums out. Shout out to Triff. You never count that deck out. I always see it at YCSs and regionals. And being able to ogre the Electromite is huge. Like trust me, it's still huge. Get that card off the field, and you're gonna be in a winning position. It's amazing against Sky Striker because let's face it, we want to hit the damn multi-roll. It doesn't get any better than that. When they go to end phase, you just hit the multi-roll and they get no advantage, and you just push back and you win the game. So it's amazing right there. And those are like the main things with Ogre. I like Ogre a lot because I feel it has applications against pretty much everything. So being able to Ogre stuff is solid. So definitely want to put Ghost Ogre there. Next, I've got, when we're talking about hand traps, I got Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. The main Cherries target, we've gone over this multiple times in previous videos, but I feel Isolde is correct. Isolde stops their combo from going off. Yes, you can think about hitting Gumblar. Yes, you can think about hitting other cards, but I think Isolde is the way to go. Cherries Isolde, get it out of there. Their combo is not as strong. They have to have, I believe it's been said, they need like 2 additional extenders. That's a lot. They don't have it. They got nothing. So I really like that. Like I said, it's good against Gumblar. It's good against. It's decent against Thunder Dragons if you know how to play it. Like some people actually don't know how to play it. There is actually an interaction with it that's actually really solid. Most people say it's trash. I have said it's trash until my friend brought to my attention something about it. Most players will know what I'm talking about. If you cherries the correct card, they're actually really kind of just like falling behind because one of their main monsters is gone. So definitely something to think about. Also, the ability to use it against... you never use it against guys. I don't like it against Striker. I don't care what anyone says. I think that card is terrible against Striker. They can tag out with Ray. I mean, if you want to play it and put Kagari, I mean, I guess. But Cherries just covers a lot of decks. Good against ABCs because you know people are going to play ABCs at the Rogue level. So really solid card in general. You guys already know about Reaper. Next, I got Evenly Matched. What can I say? This card is just broken against Geist. Sky Striker is just insane. Like, I don't even need to say anything else. Evenly them, you just win the game, basically, because they lose, like, all their advantage. So Evenly Matches there too. I'm not going to talk about that. In the same realm, I have Twin Twister, Geist, and Striker. Like, Twin Twister is one of the most popular side deck cards or main deck cards around. Like, what else is there to say? Like, getting rid of 2 cards is great. It's good going first or second, being able to set it, being able to activate it. I know if you're playing Geist, you can play Storm Duster and stuff. If you're playing a trap deck, you can play Storm Duster and stuff. But I like Twin Twister because its ability to just, get rid of probably a card you want in the graveyard that, can do more combos, and then get rid of more cards is just amazing. So Twin Twister is there. Another card that I have never had actually on this list before, but it's Forbidden Graveyard, or I don't know what it's called now. It's got like a new name or whatever. But this card, basically, you discard a card, then everything that would go, the graveyard gets banished or whatever, and Forbidden Graveyard is insane. Like, card is so good against combo decks. It's so good against Burning Abyss. Like, it just destroys those decks. Like, just destroys them. And you guys already know Jeff Jones has played this card multiple times, and it's like insane against... insane against those decks. Like, you just activate it. It's a quick play too. Like, that's what's huge. It's a quick play. You can actually set it and then activate and then boom, and then their turn is just over. Like, flat out over. So really, really solid card, and a card I think most people should pick up on definitely for this upcoming format. Next, I've got the Gamma Driver package. So this is actually one of my favorites. I feel these cards are definitely going to see more play. They go in and out of formats. I like it, though, because it's really good against the combo deck. Being able to hit cards like Isolde, being able to hit cards like Gumblar, being able to hit whatever. It's just really, really strong. Gamma the card, get it out of there. You put presence on the board. Your opponent can't do anything. If it's during your turn, you can stop hand traps. You can then, link with those monsters or play Omega, depending on what your deck plays. I think the card is just amazing. I think it's a really important package to play this format. Next, I've got Mind Control, one of my personal favorites, without a doubt. I love me some Mind Control. So Mind Control is so versatile. It's so good against Thunder Dragons. It's so good against Sky Strikers, depending on what's in your extra deck. It's so good against Burning Abyss, all this stuff. Anything that lets you just take the monster is broken. Like, you want to take Beatrice. You want to take their links. You want to take the Thunder Dragon fusions. You want to either link away with them, do whatever you do with them, pop them with multi-roll, pop them with your field spell, do whatever it is you need to to do, link into your own Kagari, your own Shizuka, your own Hayate, etc., etc., etc. And I think that's just broken. Like, I love this card. Like, you guys know, in Mech Knights, it was my favorite spell card. That card was the nuts, and it's still the nuts. And I'm just so happy it's still at 3. Like, we need that card, and I love it. So, Mind Control, 10 out of 10 right here. One of my favorites without a doubt. And I know it's not like I said, these are in no particular order, but man, Mind Control is the Stones. So shout out to Mind Control, it's the Stones. On to another card. I know I got excited there, but on to another card. Card that I don't think a lot of people would ever expect on this list. DD Crow. So DD Crow has stood the test of time. That card has been around for ever. You know how hard it is to find a mint condition ultimate DD Crow? Like, for real, it's hard. And the card is so good because I think a lot of people just don't think about it. They don't think about the little interactions, the little niche interactions DD Crow can have. You can DD Crow Sky Strikers and hit Ray. What have I said in so many videos? How do you beat Sky Strikers? Cut them off from Ray. This card just does it without you having to put anything on the board. Like, I love that. I absolutely love that about this card. You can also hit the Kagari target. You can hit Burning Abyss. You can hit the combo decks. You can hit, now this is just really random, Jared mentioned this, I actually like this. You can hit Dark Worm when it goes to grave. You can hit Dark Worm, Crow with that, and you can also hit like random rogue stuff. It's good against ABC, good against so many decks. Like, there's so many decks you can play Crow against, and I wouldn't be surprised if we actually see DD Crow back in players' side decks. I think it's a very cool card, and I think it's definitely something that people should not sleep on. It's a very cool card. It's a very cheap hand trap if you aren't able to afford expensive hand traps. So think about that. I also try to give you guys a couple budget options. Like I said, if you don't have infinite impermanence, Lost Wind was kind of the other option I said, but Anyways, DD Crow. Next, these are some of my own personal ones. I love Prankatops. Card is nuts. So good against guys. So good against Striker. Big body. Clears a monster, clears a back row, quick play effect. What else can I say? The card is broken. A common. It's a common. It is one of the best commons to ever come out, and I absolutely love the card. And I got to give it up to Konami because it's one of the best cards they could have ever printed. And it's common, so it's accessible to everyone. So, Dino Wrestler Prankatops, definitely another 10 out of 10 from me. I love that card. So, definitely another card you want to play. It's so good against Geist, you guys. Their monsters are weak. Run over their monster. Oh, they want to do something. Oh, they activate a trap. Oh, pop another trap. Bye. You just lost like 2-3 cards. Like, they're out. Like, it's insane. So, card's amazing. Next, I had to include these XYZ Encore and Herald of the Abyss, whatever. Herald of the Abyss, yeah, okay. The argument is still going to stand. People are still like this when it comes to what works, what doesn't work. I don't really care. Like, yes, maybe one works, maybe XYZ Encore doesn't work. There's such a huge argument. I'm going to ask my judges at regionals. I'm going to ask at YCS and stuff like that, just to clarify, because I'm sure some of you guys are right, some of you guys are wrong. I'm not here to argue. I'm not here to be biased. I don't care, honestly. I just want to know what card works and what card doesn't. These are out to number 86, supposedly, so let's get that fucker. Let's out number 86 with these cards, so those are your options. And other cards I have, I think we're on to like number 13 or something like that. Like, there's been so many cards. I know I said like top 15, like maybe I should just say like top whatever, but we have, so supposedly at number 13 we have Kaijus. So I love Kaijus, so good against Striker. You just, hit their monster, all their spells become dead. You just go boom. If you're playing a deck that can play Underclock, make their Kaiju 0 and just punch them all for game. Solid. I think it's just really solid. I like Kaijus. They're just good against Beatrice, good against problematic monsters. Get those monsters off the field. You don't destroy them. You're not doing anything that affects them. You're just tributing them off. By doing that, you just completely lock them out, and I really, really like that about Kaijus. I always want to include Kaijus in any top list for side decks because Kaijus, again, have stood the test of time as they've been released as some of the best side deck cards you can play. So, Kaijus. We're getting down to the last two. So I have Inspector Border. Everyone knows I've talked about this card in depth. Like, so good against Geist, so good against Trickstar, and it's so broken against Thunder Dragons. Like, so help me God, it's so broken against them. They have to have instant fusion or a way to fusion without monster effects because they can't use any. So, card is broken. Card won me all my games against Thunder Dragons at YCS Pasadena. Card is nuts. Been reprinted. You guys can get it. It's broken against Geist. They're going to play it against you. If they're playing Geist, you're playing something that gets hit by it. So definitely remember Inspector Border. I think it's one of the best stun monsters ever released. So, and last but not least, I guess this is 15. I mean, if you guys do the actual count, if someone actually takes the time to count how many cards I've mentioned a lot, I think, through this video. It's probably more like 20, but we're going to say 15 for the video title's sake. But there can only be one / summon limit. So I wanted to end with these. These were just the last ones I was thinking of as I was writing up the list. What I like about there can only be one is it really does hit a lot of decks. It hits, strikers play it because you're able to just kind of sit on your one link. I think the card's really good because you think about the applications against Altergeist, they get one spellcaster. With only one monster, they can't really do anything. They're not going to be able to build their advantage. They're not going to be able to Silicoitus bounce anything. So really solid if they can't get any of that stuff going. The only way they're going to play around it is if they have Silicoitus and Protocol or Silicoitus and Manifestation, but they either have to hard draw those or have setup. Good against Thunder Dragons. They're only allowed one Thunder monster, so what do they do? Like, you have one Colossus or one Titan to deal with. You deal with it, you know, the problem's off the field, and you can hopefully push for advantage. Good against combo decks. They have so many different types, so many different things. They can only have one warrior. You can have one Isolde. Cute. Okay, no dolphin. None of that crap. You're done. Okay. You cool. You got the connector. Flip, there can only be one. Okay, no Aqua Dolphin. Bye. Like, it's broken. So, anyways, that's my list. I think I've covered pretty much everything I wanted to say. They can only have one Fiend in Burning Abyss, stuff like that. Oh, and Summon Limit. So Summon Limit, just one last thing. I cited Summon Limit. Really good against the combo decks. It will check the field even after the summons have been conducted. After 2 summons, they get no more. I really like the card a lot. I think it's really good against combo decks. It's specifically for combo decks. Any decks that summon a ton, so I really, really like it. Really solid card if you're playing Altergeist. But yeah, that's the video, you guys. Did you like it? If you did, be sure to smash that like button. Like I said, you're going to see these videos everywhere. Will you see a top 15? Even though it's not 15. Are you going to see a top 15 everywhere? Probably not. These are just cards that I have played with. I have had used against me. I have tested. I have played online with. All of these cards, I have had experience with all of them, and they're all amazing. They're all accessible to you guys. Some are more expensive than the others, but like I said, there's always alterations you can use for those cards. There's always exceptions. There's always additional cards you can use instead. But if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button. Let me know your top side deck cards for this format. I'm sure there are cards I left out because I don't know everything, and I don't think I'll ever know everything about this game, and I love learning from you guys. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your personal thoughts on this format. What do you feel are the best ways to counteract the top decks of the format? Is there a deck I missed? Is there, you know, a side deck card I missed that I really should have included? If sure, let me know in the comments below. That's how I'll learn from you guys, and we'll work together as a team. But anyways, let me know any more videos you want to see here on the channel. I'm going to have plenty of stuff coming soon, and I hope you guys, like I said, you guys seem to really enjoy this new format where I'm talking to you guys, getting a little wild and crazy. So expect more of that. I ain't going nowhere. So anyways, I hope you guys will have a good day, and that you guys will give me your feedback on what you feel are your top side deck cards for this format. But anyways, give it a thumbs up. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.